Welcome to Watch Symposium. I'm Austin. All right, so let's take a look at a comment from D. What's your thoughts on the Tudor Black Bay GMT versus older Rolex Pepsi GMT? Is it better to buy the Tudor or the older Pepsi Rolex GMT? I love this question. This is such a fun question to answer. All right, so now you guys know what I'm going to say. I mean, I've demonstrated exactly which way I would go. You guys know I would go, personally speaking, the Rolex GMT. But is that what you should go for? Is that what sort of objectively you should go for? Well, I think if you're looking at the objects, those two watches in and of themselves and that only, I would have to say the Tudor, okay? It's newer, it's cheaper, and you're gonna get every good watch in the GMT that you would with the Tudor GMT that you would with the Rolex GMT. All right, so if brands mean nothing to you, if brand means absolutely nothing to you, then I would say go Tudor GMT. But brands mean something, they do. And nobody will look at your Tudor GMT as something really, really awesome, okay? Watch people respect it, and it'll be kind of cool that you have one. They're tough to get. You can't get them retail, all right? You have to get them on the gray market, and right now they're selling for about 1,000 USD premium. So if you can find one, I think it's going to be about 4,000 USD. But if you go gray market, it'll be 5,000 USD. Now, I wouldn't pay 1,000 premium to have one on my wrist, but it's cheaper than twice the price of a pre-ceramic Rolex GMT. You're not gonna get the credit from the people around you, okay? Not really, not like the Rolex GMT. And it depends on what you think of Rolex. Now, if you're like me and you are a huge, not just Rolex fan, but a GMT fan, you gotta go pre-ceramic Rolex GMT. And in fact, I thought about getting the Tudor. I thought, you know, it would keep me from doubling up on another GMT. It would give me a different aesthetic. And it would be cheaper, but it would have been a huge mistake. I am not a fan of settling, okay? Settling is probably one of the worst things you could do because it'll take away from your purchase. And look, I could have found the Tudor GMT and then I could have probably picked up a date just along with it. It still wouldn't ease the feeling once the novelty wore off of settling. So if you think, yeah, but the Tudor is cheaper, stop, all right? That is not a good reason, okay? These watches are timeless and they last for decades, and, you know, 5 or 10 years down the road, assuming you keep it, and you probably should, that double the price really isn't gonna mean that much. And let me tell you, you gotta get what you want. Now, if somebody asks me, why should I get a Rolex, period? You know, you can say a lot of things like, you know, talk about the history and about the F-off factor and about, you know, the confidence it might give you and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, one of the biggest reasons I would give to get a Rolex, kind of surprising, it's hard. They're hard to get, okay? And that's why you want to get a Rolex, because it's hard. It kicks your ass, okay? And one of the smartest things that Archie has ever said is it's gotta hurt, okay? Now, he's kind of joking and it's kind of funny. I mean, the idea of buying a Rolex or a watch and it hurting, it's kind of funny, but what he's getting at, and really the truth in that over-the-top statement is we really value things that we have to work for, and that's the beauty of a Rolex. And you can go the cheaper route, but if you're somebody who, like me, appreciates goals and accomplishment, Rolex is the way to go. I mean, one of the most happiness-inducing things is the feeling of accomplishment. And to choose a watch, not because it's cheap, not because it's cheaper, not because it's more cost-effective, but to choose a watch and think, yeah, it's gonna hurt, but I'm gonna do it. And to overcome it and get it is a fantastic feeling. And so that's a reason why Rolex And really, any luxury watch is fantastic to get. You're never going to get that feeling with a $500 Seiko or what, fill in the brand. And that's why, right there, all else not considered, I would go for the GMT Rolex, okay? Because it's going to be a hell of an accomplishment, and you're going to appreciate it more, and you're going to appreciate yourself more. And it's going to be tougher to get, and that's why it's going to feel all the more awesome to have it. So now, if the aesthetic of the Tudor appeals to you more, then go that route, of course. But the thickness of the Tudor, if I'm being picky, is one of the reasons, one of the many reasons why I would avoid that watch. I think that they could have better dimensions, and the dimensions I think would bother me, whereas the pre-ceramic GMT dimensions are perfection. Okay, they're absolutely perfect, and so, you know, if I want to talk real perfection, perfection upon perfection, no date pre-ceramic sub. Okay, they're amazing, and the 11 millimeter. I mean, this is I wouldn't say this is nah, sure, I could say that, you know, this 11 millimeter case height. That's pretty perfect. I wouldn't use perfect with a Tudor, but yeah, it's a heck of a lot more perfect than the thickness of that GMT. So look, object alone, if aliens came down and said, look, we know nothing about Rolexes or Tudors, what should I get? I don't have much money and I just want a good watch, I'd say go for the Tudor. But if you're a product of Earth and culture and all of the influence and meaning and whatnot that Rolex has done to culture, I would consider the Rolex. And yeah, it's going to hurt more, but you're going to appreciate it much more. And let me know what you think. I mean, what would you guys do? Hands down, I'd go Rolex. Never settle. Hey, that's the bottom line of this video. Never settle. All right, and look for those pieces that stretch you, because they feel good when you get them, and that sense of accomplishment is worth the price of admission alone, okay? Irrespective of all the other fringe benefits you get, what people think of it, and having that Rolex quality, and having a watch with the history and the heritage and all those buzzwords and stuff. Tell me if I'm wrong. Take care. Thanks for watching. See you next time. All right, guys, I forgot something kind of important. Investment potential. Well, I would say Tudor, bad. Rolex, good. Pre-ceramic Rolex, a lot of investment potential there. Tudor, look, it's selling for a premium right now just because nobody can get one, but I don't think that's going to last. And I think when you're talking investment potential, I think yeah, Tudor is just not up there with Rolex. So that's yet another important reason you might want to spring for the GMT. All right, take care.